how I look, because yeah, I don't like it this way. But the hairdresser has cut my hair very short. It's not what I wanted, but anyway. Today is May 9th, so this is Victory Day, which is celebrated differently in Russia and also in Ukraine. Interestingly, both sides, in a way, claim victory over defeating Nazi Germany back in World War II. So, this is history topic. Ukraine claims that it had never been, you know, a Nazi country. Like it accuses Russia with the same, with the same. So this is really interesting how we are back at the same topic again. Okay, so Victory Day. So it is the 81st anniversary of Victory Day, actually. So a significant amount of time has passed, but the mindset hasn't changed. Again, we are back with war, and it's not going to get better unless people would change. The politicians would think of people instead of, I don't know, just themselves. That's the thing. We are back at the same topic because the politicians don't care about you or me or somebody else. So we experience the same difficult things because of this. So it's very disappointing that and well, the history repeats itself. That's the thing. People don't want to understand, and even now people refuse to understand that history repeats itself. It's going to be the same result. Let me tell you that today the new Hungarian Prime Minister Peter Magyar has sworn in. So he had the inauguration process. So basically, Hungary has a new prime minister, and obviously a pro-Zelensky prime minister and a pro-European. So basically, everybody is going against Russia because that World War III has to occur. It's inevitable. It's like people won't change their minds. It's going to be the same mistake that in the past it has been committed, this bad mistake. World War II had claimed over 60 million lives in the world. So that's a lot. So let me tell you, this is, we are not heading to any good situation. And this Iran war, which Trump has started, it already has a huge negative impact. Not only that, thousands of Iranians had been killed, but also the energy prices across the world. Like, it's impossible to go anywhere almost. It's like the world is going to have, the recession, Great Depression of 1929. It's going to occur again, and it will be a precursor to World War III. It's going to be that way because history repeats itself. There's no mistake, no doubt about this. And this is, the politicians do the same mistakes that in the past it had been the same mistake, and they deliberately do it. The East and the West clashes, but actually neither wins in the end. Like, truly, in a sense, both incur losses, and in the process the world economy crashes and millions of people are killed. That's the only result of making the East and the West clash. It's not going to bring about any other result. It's going to be the same. How boring it is that people commit the same mistakes. I mean, yeah, we do, but I mean, even history, just we see the same things in front of our eyes, and it's just again, Victory Day, but for what? It was temporary. Now we are back at the same topic again, and we need to reevaluate, this, and it's going to go ahead, the same way, the bullshit that USA goes against Iran, and Iran is Russia's ally and stuff like that, it's the same bullshit and the same mistakes, that in the past. So we are going to have the same crap, the same mistakes from history is occurring now, because Victory Day hasn't meant anything other than, for a few decades it was remembered, an event today, but the end result is that people are no better off, in fact worse. The economy is getting worse because it's deliberately done so that World War III must occur this way, economic crash, that's the precursor to world wars. It has always been like that before, and even now. I tell you this, it is no new information. It's out there, and it's very disappointing that the political, elite doesn't care about any of us, how it's going to impact us. They don't care. They just want to kill. It's the same in Ukraine. Civilians are killed and nobody cares about that. So I'm just saying, this is human nature is terrible, and that's why there's no hope for humanity. Why? Because the same mistakes occur, and so people live their lives as though everything is normal, but it's not. And then they realize when war and economic crash hit them, that something is wrong with this world, and they realize that there's something wrong with this world, and it's the human sin and the politicians and those in power, that they exploit their power so that the average ordinary civilians suffer incredibly. So this is no new, but I'm just sad I can't do anything about it. I'm just stuck with this situation, and it's going to get worse, and I'm just depressing. I'm gonna be stuck here. I'm gonna be stuck in this crowded city again, and there's no way out. I mean, how uh, Trump's, war on Iran, and this whole topic that, it doesn't end between the Israelis and the Arabs. But actually many Arabs had made an agreement with Israel, the Abraham Accords, that they recognize Israel, many Arab countries, the Gulf countries recognize Israel. So, but Iran, I mean, is, is different case, and so now we have just the same repetition of events just because of this fact, this war has been going on ever since the beginning, and I'm sick and tired that we can't put an end to it. And Lebanon is attacked because Israel says there are targets there, and Hezbollah and stuff like that. But yeah, it's the same thing again occurring, the same vicious cycle. It's the same vicious cycle occurring all the time. Why? Why does it occur all the time, the vicious cycle? Why does it have to occur again? Economic crash, war. It's like the same thing going on. So there's no point of this Ukraine war at all. But yeah, there is this, East and West clashing, and the values and ideologies clash, capitalism versus communism type of thing. Bullshit, everything is bullshit. Everything has, every system has its corruption because humans, use these systems. Humans have built this system. It's not, there's no such thing as God building these systems and all that shit. No, it's corrupt because humans are corrupt, and there's just no way out of the no way to avoid the wars. It's going to happen, the World War III. It's not like it's just a tale. It's going to happen because people, the politicians want it. Even if the people don't want it, but politicians don't care about, they go ahead according to the script. This has to happen, the prophecies and all that crap. So it's going to happen. It's the same. And I don't know. I don't see any hope for humanity. I mean, humans are very cruel beings, actually, selfish beings for 99% of the time. I really no value of anything in this world. Actually, it's getting worse and worse. I watch the news and yeah, Victory Day and stuff like that in Russia. President Putin has justified the war in Ukraine, which from his point of view, he's very anti-gay and stuff like that, like. But at the same time, so, but what's the point of this war? I mean, it's not going to make the, I don't know, the LGBT community leave or, stop to exist. It's not going to, this war is not going to bring about that thing. And that's the thing, it's pointless. I mean, besides, I mean, I don't care who is who, like in that sense. I don't really care, but I'm just saying, pointless war. But this, they make it happen, just like the Iran war that Trump has started. This, it's just going to make the economic impact across the world worse and worse. And besides, I mean, thousands of Iranians had been killed, but it, doesn't matter in the Western media. But at the same time, the economy, I watched the news and it says even in Israel, the economy, I mean, some households, they cannot buy the basic necessities and due to the price hikes, and stuff like that. So it's really like this bullshit impact that they want to destroy the ordinary people, across the world. It's like, damn it, the politicians have no concern for anybody, just themselves. And it just sucks that we just don't have any say, and whatever. It's just we are just unimportant people, we never have a say. And it sucks that this Victory Day is just about who is stronger, yeah, it's about the remembrance of defeating Nazi Germany. Okay, that Russia says they had defeated Nazi Germany, but Ukraine claims that they had defeated Nazi Germany. So like they were not with the Nazis and stuff like that, and they accuse Russia with the same things. Isn't that strange? Two neighboring countries, and they have many things in common in their languages, but they now hate each other. It's just very weird, like I don't, it doesn't make sense. But the East and the West, because the America has used Ukraine and stuff like that, so now it's like this East and West kind of thing. But at the same time, Trump is another case, like he doesn't, I mean, ironic that Trump has attacked Iran, but remember that peace conference in Alaska with Putin? So it's like Trump is this very weird president that like on one hand he talks to Putin, but on the other hand he had attacked Iran. So like, what's the point? Because Iran is Russia's ally, so what's the frigging point? I mean, some things don't make sense to me. It's like deliberately arranged that the average ordinary human beings across the world are going to suffer. This is just a text, a script that it has to happen like this, history. So it's just a bunch of bullshit. If you look at the reasons, you don't find logic behind it. I mean, why does Trump talk to Putin, but at the same time, talks bad of Iran, like, the Iranian regime is this and that and blah, blah, blah. So what is this? What is going on? Like, this is nonsense. It's just, a pretext to have war and actually for economic crash. They want to arrange the Great Depression of 1929. Almost 100 years ago, there was a big economic recession in the world. So they want to do the same thing again. What's the point? Has anybody learned any freaking thing? Nobody. Especially not these political leaders. They just do the same mistakes, and humans cannot stop them. Hello, sorry, I don't. Just because. Why do you have to be rude to me? The Turkish people are very. I mean, especially on this platform, they are very rude to me. Just because you don't speak English, you don't have to be rude to me. Maalesef bu platformdaki Türkler bana çok kaba davranıyor. Yani bunu söylemeliyim. Maalesef hiçbiriniz güzel bir şekilde bana davranmıyor. Çok saygısız bir şekilde. Sadece İngilizce bilmediğiniz için neden böyle davranıyorsunuz? That's the thing. This platform has useless, people on it. Like, yeah. Maalesef böyle. Türklerle zaten konuşmak ne anlamı kaldı ki? Sadece kaba davranıyorlar bana. Yani saygısız, yani sadece İngilizce bilmediğin için belki bana böyle yazıyorsunuz. Ama neden? Ben size ne yaptım ki? Ben sadece bir genel konuda konuştum. O kadar. Tarih hakkında. Bugün Zafer Günü, Rusya'da kutlanıyor bu. Nazi Almanya'ya karşı zafer. Ve ne? Bu now you have to pretend this topic that, unfortunately you understand me. Then why do you have to write, those messages? Just because you don't want to be respectful. That's the thing. Ve neden Türkçe yazıyorsunuz? Benimle ne alaka? Yani yazdığınız konuların ne alakası var ki? Ben zaten sizin yani ne düşündünüz bu konuda? Yani yazabilirsin ama o konuda yazmıyorsunuz maalesef. Bana karşı yazıyorsunuz. Tarih hakkında bir şey yazmıyorsunuz. İşte mesela Rusya'da bu Zafer Günü kutlanıyor. Onun hakkında yazmadınız. Sadece bana karşı ben seni anlıyorum ya da anlamıyorum bla bla bla. Niye? Çok merak ediyorum. Neden hep bana karşı böyle laflar geliyor? Sadece böyle ne bileyim provokasyon için herhalde. Yani şöyle, ama ne bekliyorum ki Türklerden? Zaten Türkler Ukraynalıları seviyor ki. Yani benim memleketten bilmiyorum, bu sahte. Biz Macarları seviyoruz. Bu kadar sahte yani davranıyorsunuz. Yalan, yalan. Ukraynalıları daha çok seviyorsunuz. Size daha çok bilmiyorum yani. Türkler mesela ve Ukraynalılar böyle ne bileyim. Şimdi yani Ukraynalılar Ruslar hakkında böyle çok küfür ediyorlar ya. İşte ne bileyim. Siz de diyorsunuz, Türklere diyorsunuz küfür, mesela ne bileyim işte İsrail ve başka ne bileyim konu hakkında yani bilmiyorum, bu siz daha iyi anlaşıyorsunuz Ukraynalılar ile. Daha çok anlaşıyorsunuz yani. Ben bilmiyorum, ben kendime hiç bu konuda ben yani sizin dilinizi öğrendim. Siz Macarcayı öğrendiniz mi? Have you ever learned Hungarian? Let me tell you, then you can speak to me. That oh yeah, you haven't done anything. Macarca öğrendiniz mi? Bu soruyu soruyorum size. Öğrenmediyseniz bana hiç söz etmeyiniz lütfen. Yani bana hiçbir şekilde bir şey söyleme hakkınız yoktur. Hiçbir şekilde. Zaten ben sizi göremiyorum ve ayrıca bana böyle saldırıyorsunuz. Bütün canlı yayında bunu yaptınız. Yani hiç o konuda işte Rusya'da böyle oldu, bugün şöyle oldu, İngilizce olarak konuşamadım. Siz canlı yayınımı mahvettiniz. Bilmiyorum neden Türkçe yazıyorsunuz. Türk müsünüz herhalde ama başka kim yazacaktı ki Türkçe? Bir Ukraynalı mı? Ama var, Ukraynalılar arasında Türkçe bilenler vardır. O da olabilir. Provokasyon peşindeler. Öyle yani konuşacak hiçbir şeyim kalmadı sizinle. Hiç. O yüzden bu canlı yayını bitireceğim. I will wrap this up, finish this live because siz saygı göstermek istemiyorsunuz. O yüzden evet, Ruslar geliyor. Herkes geliyor Türkiye'ye. Yani turistler tüm ülkeden geliyorlar. Sadece Rusya'dan değil. Neyse, önemli değil. Artık konuşmayı bitireceğim. Hoşça kalın. Bye.